Hi, my name's Kaylee.
My name is Shay.
And we're tackling some big debt
In the Big Apple.
for the rest of this month. We've got $57 left in our grocery budget.
And we've got a lot of stuff in our pantry.
So our plan for the rest of this month, of which there are only a few days, let's be fair, is to spend less than $57 and clean out just some of this stuff that we've had for a while. It's just time for a good old-fashioned pantry and fridge clean-out, wouldn't you say?
Yes, it is. And we are going to game plan that today.
Today. So
Right
let's
now.
take a look and see what we've got. You got some ideas already?
I do.
All right, let's hear your ideas.
So this right here is a frozen container of chili that we batch made a little while ago. So this is one whole dinner.
That's one whole dinner for both of us. Yeah.
And this is one whole lunch for a hungry wife. So, like, this is like a meal and a half already.
I'm not going to call that an idea. That's just something we froze.
Okay. Secondary idea. Sausage, pig in blanket.
Whoa.
With a vegetable side.
Whoa.
How do you feel about that?
Okay, I like that. All right. Let's go over what we have that's just like little snacky things.
Okay.
Also, so we can just start putting some of the stuff away also, because there's a lot going on.
Okay.
Okay, so for our lunches, explain our lunches, actually. You're looking at the camera. You're more interesting to talk.
Okay, so we do a very snacky lunch in this household, which is why we have these chips and things. So usually what we do is we will do a protein, which is in the form of a meat stick or a beef jerky. And I don't know where that went. I might have left it in the fridge. And then a crunchy snack of some kind. And then a pre-cut vegetable or fruit of some kind. So we've got a lot of those still kicking around, and that I think is going to cover most of our lunches for the week, if not all of them.
For sure.
We've still got a lot of stuff.
For sure.
That we need to go through.
All right. We also have lots of little pastas.
Yes, definitely making the pasta.
Definitely making a pasta orzo night for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So spaghetti. As far as fresh produce, what do we got cooking?
We've got a ton of potatoes. I don't know if you count that as produce, but I do.
I think potatoes produce.
We've got some potatoes. This is probably like 2 or 3 sides worth of potatoes. Fresh produce, we've got half a bag of arugula that we still need to get through. We've got a bulb and a bit of fennel that we need to get through. So I'm thinking we can definitely continue making these fennel arugula salads that we've been having that have been absolutely delicious. So we can definitely do that. We've got pre-cut cucumbers, which we actually need to go through emergently, like have them tomorrow for lunch. We've got pre-cut carrots, and we've got pre-cut celery as well. We've also got half a white onion. So if we need a mirepoix for anything that we're making, we have everything for that, but we can also snack on everything except for these. This I'm pickling.
This is spoken for pickling.
Yes. And that's what we've got going on for fresh produce.
All right. Dairy. What do we got for dairies?
So many
The fact that we have all this stuff is actually insane.
It's awesome. It's really nice.
Well, it's not going to be for long.
No. We have
half a container?
Half a container of cottage cheese. This is half and half. The only reason it's in a quart container is because it exploded, like the quart cardboard exploded on the way home from the grocery store, so we had to repot it, if you will.
Repot it?
We've got a ton of butter.
Oh my god, a whole box of Kerrygold butter that I didn't even know we had.
Butter. Yeah.
So we're good on butter.
Yeah. And we've also got a ton of different cheeses. So we've got a provolone, we've got 3 Kraft singles left, we've got a half a bag of mild cheddar, and some of this block of Parmesan still as well. So we can definitely sprinkle cheese on all sorts of things.
Oh yeah.
All sorts of things. Anything else you want to go over?
All right, do you have any other ideas that you've come up with while you're here?
Yes.
Okay, let's hear those.
So I want to knock out a couple of things at once. I want to knock out the rest of this edamame with the rest of these chicken wontons. And
there was something else you wanted to have with it.
There was, and it was also in the freezer.
Well, that with maybe a little peanut sauce because we bought the peanut butter at Costco, so we've got 2 peanut butters.
A little miso sauce.
Oh, we also got some miso in there.
So we've got lots of options for a sauce for sure, but I think definitely these and this and some rice to go with it perhaps. I think rice. It was chicken. I wanted to make it with some
but we ate all the chicken.
Protein, but we actually managed to eat all the chicken. So.
Yeah, we also have what you haven't seen: rice, flour, oats, and a broth bag for making a broth.
Yes.
So this is so much food.
So this, I would say, is probably 1 dinner.
Yeah.
Worth. This is probably 2 dinners.
Puff pastry and some sausage.
And we'll figure out.
And then we're gonna get creative from there, I think.
Vegetable to go on the side of that, yes. So that this is, we'll say Friday night.
We don't have to pick nights.
Saturday night, Sunday night. I know we don't have to pick nights, but I'm just thinking if we're doing Thursday through Tuesday.
That's true.
That's the amount of dinners that we need.
So my sister is coming to visit on Wednesday. She lands Wednesday morning. So we want to get through this, right? So tonight is Thursday. We're going out to dinner. It's our date anniversary today. And so basically starting tomorrow morning until Tuesday night. So that is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 5 breakfasts, 5 lunch, 5 dinners.
Mm-hmm. I think we can do it.
I think we're gonna do that and still have more food left than we need.
Yes.
Truthfully.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be wrong, but I wanted you guys to have this visual.
Yeah.
So we're gonna compare this, the beginning of this video, these things too, to the end of this video of what it looks like. We've got some snacking fruit. We've got $57 if we need to go out for any fresh produce. Mm-hmm. I feel really great about this.
Yep.
Are you jazzed?
Yes, I am.
Let's do it.
All right.
We also didn't pull out all the sauces and things. So there's some sauces and whatnot. My beef jerky for my lunch. We've got parsley. We've got bay leaves. We've got yeast for bread making. Y'all, we could do this for a month. This is nuts.
Yeah.
The thing that's crazy is that every single week we meal plan and we stick to our list. Mm-hmm. We only buy things that are on the list for the meal plan for that week. So I don't, Shay's on a chair, by the way. She's not just really tall now. I just don't get how we got to a point where we have so much food in the house.
Yes.
And what were you going to say?
I was going to say that I think it is a combination of things being sold at grocery stores, not in portions that are always apt for a Kaylee and a Shay, and having that be all in the household. And also, I think we are also on a bit of a learning journey of like what an appropriate portion size is for the 2 of us. So like that's why we have that whole extra bag of potatoes, because we don't know, what 4 portions of potatoes for the 2 of us looks like all the time.
Yeah. We're readjusting our expectations for portion size in general, and we are a household that only consists of 2 humans at all times.
Yeah.
We're the only people who live in our house.
And as much as the cats would love to participate,
the cats would love if we made them a small portion every meal,
yeah.
But we do not. They eat their special different food that is not groceries, and grocery stores don't really sell food in 1 or 2 person sizes.
But I think the thing that makes us a household that is really good at reducing our food waste is that we participate in these occasional fridge clean out moments.
Yeah, we do like a mini one fridge clean out meal probably like once a week. Mm-hmm. The last few weeks have been very busy for us and it got really out of hand. Mm-hmm. And so we haven't been ending the week with a near empty fridge like we normally prefer to. Yeah. So I think this is well timed. It's also just before we get very busy again. And so I think we've got like this moment to
do a fun creative exercise.
And see what we can do. So I don't think we're going to spend the whole $57 on groceries. I really don't, looking at that amount of food. That's my guess at the beginning of this. How much do you think we're going to spend?
$15.
15 total?
Maybe 25.
Whoa. All right, you heard it here first. What do you think, Giles? He doesn't know math.
Or he thinks we'll spend $0.
$0.
Which is bold.
I don't think that's going to happen. Breakfast day 1. Mm-hmm. These are kind of still the rest of our planned breakfasts. Using up some of that fiber bread, an avocado, 1 teeny avocado, mm-hmm. and a slice and a half of bacon each. Shay's got some pickled onions and chili crunch on hers as well. Mm-hmm. Breakfast. All right, lunch day one. Shay is at a dance class, so she's not having lunch with me today, but some grapes from the fridge, 1 serving of those chili lime pistachios. I had one of these in a drawer in the fridge. I don't think we showed you guys my protein bar drawer. Let me look. I'll just show you right now. These I'm not worried about cleaning out. I run through them pretty quickly. Well, not that quickly, but I just buy them at Costco or Trader Joe's, and we just load them up in here. And I just grab one every day. All right, clean out dinner night 1. Want to talk me through this?
Yes, we're calling this an elevated pig in a blanket. So we had some sausage in the freezer, and we had some puff pastry kicking around in the freezer. So I made the sausages and wrapped the puff pastry around like a pig in a blanket and put a side salad on there. So we've got some greens, and the whole thing is going with a little honey mustard sauce moment that is the dressing and also a little dipping sauce.
Wow. Okay, we went to the grocery store, picked up a couple things. When I mean a couple things, I mean literally a couple things. And I'm going to count these towards our grocery total for this little challenge we're doing. But you're going to see why it's not really that. But I'm still counting it. $50 or under, including this stuff, okay? $32.07. We got some salsa. We got 1 avocado. These are to keep our breakfasts interesting, okay? But also, we got mayo just for the house. This is obviously going to last us longer than 5 days.
It's probably going to last us like
5 months. Yeah. And then also, you'll see we got the good salt. A big box. This 3-pound box of salt. Again, not going to go through that in the next 5 months.
Probably not. That's going to last us like a year.
Like a year. So, but we're counting all that. So we've got $18 left in our grocery challenge. And I got to say, we were talking about it at the store. I'm still feeling great.
Yeah.
So that's 32 of, we've knocked it down to $50. We did that on our budget. I don't know if we talked about it in the video.
Yeah.
But we knocked it down to $50. We've got, today's Saturday.
Yeah.
The rest of today, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 4 days left. I'm not worried at all. What you got going for lunch today? Meat stick, grapes, bowl of snack, dill pickle chips, and Trader Joe's
lime
Takis.
rolls.
I've got dill pickle chips, and there's some jerky in there, and a fiber bar. This is what I call bowl of meal, where I just put everything in a bowl.
So this is a quick pickle. We're not doing any active fermentation here or anything, but it's super simple, just a lot of salt. And then the brine is half vinegar, half water. And that's it.
And that's it. There's the red onion. I'm calling it used. Throw a little apple cider vinegar in there.
For a little extra flavor.
Just a splash. It's good
Normally
for you.
I prefer, oh goodness, that was aggressive, to do a splash of rice vinegar, but we don't have any, so.
All right, this is the last of the bacon, and this is the avocado we bought yesterday,
Yes.
and Shay's fresh pickled onions. How much bread do we have left?
None.
None bread
I wanted
either?
to make sure that this
Whoa,
all was
this
used up at the same time.
This is the end of most breakfast things, so we're gonna have to switch it up for breakfast starting tomorrow. Wow. Sweet. Sunday lunch. We found these Ritz crackers in the cabinet. I can't tell you the last time we purchased Ritz crackers, so they're not that stale. They're not stale. They're fine. I'm gonna eat them. So last of our grapes. I'm killing another bar from my drawer. Shay's classic lunch here. Dinner today. This is our 2-serving container of that chili we made like a month ago.
Yeah.
A while ago.
Yeah.
We froze it for a rainy day, and that rainy day is today because we want our freezer empty. How's it hitting?
It's hitting.
Like good as the day we made it?
Yes.
We should freeze it every time we make it, honestly.
Yeah. It's truly one of the simple joys of my life.
Is this chili?
Yeah. I love it so much.
All right, Monday breakfast.
Pardon the crazy hair.
Post-gym Monday breakfast. What do we got going?
We've got some, it's actually kind of similar to the potato bowls that we were doing a few weeks ago. So we've got some potatoes, and we've got a half sausage link that I just broke up into little pieces, some shredded cheddar cheese, some salsa, and I also added some pickled red onion on top of mine.
You're having a pickled onion moment.
Mm-hmm.
So today and tomorrow I think are going to be the days where the meals get a little interesting as we figure out how to make it work.
Mhm.
I think you got it. All right, Monday lunch. The most exciting thing that we can imagine has happened. These are done.
Woohoo!
We did it. So that's Shay's lunch. That's my lunch. Small lunch.
We usually have small lunch.
We usually have small lunch. What's for dinner today?
I think more of the elevated pigs in blanket.
Pig in blanket.
Yes.
I like it. I like it. Monday night dinner. What did you finish out of the fridge today for this meal?
I finished the puffed pastry.
Puff pastry. Gone. That's been here since
New Year's.
New Year's?
Yeah.
Done.
Arugula, done.
Done.
The Dijon mustard with which this sauce is made,
Done.
done. We did not
We still have to finish the fennel.
the fennel.
And we have enough sausage for breakfast tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm feeling good about this. I'm feeling good about this.
We've made some improvements to the recipe.
In a major way. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shay's learning the importance of the pig being in a blanket, but small individual blankets.
Yeah.
Not one big blanket.
Yeah. Are you ready to try?
I'm so excited. All right, so tomorrow is our last day of
Mhm.
this challenge. And I want to really drive it home. I
Okay.
want to really make some. I want the table shot tomorrow night. I want it to look impressive, drastically different. Tuesday breakfast, same as yesterday. I'm going to the office today, but I've got chili in my lunch bag to knock out that last serving of chili. What are you gonna have for lunch?
I'm probably going to have the same thing, some chips and a meat stick and some vegetables.
Sick. And then dinner tonight?
We are doing a ground turkey ragu with the leftover tomato paste and the leftover chicken stock, and maybe we'll blend in some leftover cottage cheese to make it like a pink sauce type situation. I don't know. We'll get funky with it.
We're funky with it. We'll see that. All right. We're calling this probably the last dinner of fridge clean out here.
Yeah. Well, we could do one more.
We're going to have my sister here tomorrow. So you can see we've mixed noodles because there wasn't enough of either one to have 2 full servings. So we've got a noodle mix here. We did pick up this ground turkey.
Yeah.
So, dinner. It is the end.
It is the end. We did, I think, a very good job.
We did, I think, okay. I think, here's the thing. This is the amount of stuff we have left. Obviously, much less than what we saw at the beginning of this little challenge.
Yes.
I would say we could have gone probably at least 2 days.
Yeah.
At least 2 days we could have gone. The second day would have been a little weird, but we could have gone another 2 days.
Yeah.
But this is reality, and we've got family coming into town. So we're going to go to regular life. But as far as groceries this week, we didn't buy a bunch of stuff. I think we'll eat through a few more of these things throughout the week.
Yes, I have plans.
Shay has plans.
Yes.
And I think this really set us up for success in, we're going into the summertime where we're really busy. We tend to travel a lot in the summer. I've got a work conference coming up.
Yeah, all
Like,
sorts of stuff.
So not having a ton of stuff in the fridge and pantry makes me feel better. We have plans for this week, so we'll knock out a few more of these things. And I think this was a good foray into a pantry fridge challenge.
Yeah.
I feel great about it.
Me too. I feel excellent. I feel we've done quite well.
Any major feedback from this experience?
The pigs in blankets were an absolute stroke of genius on my part.
Yeah, I think what this did was make us remember that some of our best meals that we have had are fridge clean out meals.
Yes.
So making sure that there's room for that every week instead of just when we think about it, I think is the move. We used to make sure every single week we'd be like, okay, and then Friday is fridge clean out day. And we would just make something up from what we had left. And it was always so good.
Yeah.
So I think that's the move. I think we need to go back to doing that and put this back in our regular rotation.
Yeah, absolutely.
So proud of us.
We did it.
Thanks very much for hanging out with us. Every single Tuesday we post a fun frisky little video. Every single Friday we post our budget. And on Sundays we do a week in the life. So